Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Garcia and I will be your 6th grade teacher for the 2020-21 school year. I'm very excited to be your teacher and I'm looking forward to all the fun we're going to have. Let's go ahead and get started. Our objective for this presentation will be the following. You'll get to meet me a little more. You'll know how to have access to information that will be important in our class. I will introduce the tentative schedule to you. You will understand what you will be learning for the year. I'll introduce you to the new grading system. We'll go over virtual expectations and the rewards that follow for being so good. This year will be my 14th year in teaching. I started off in 6th grade middle school, then I moved into high school and taught social sciences for 10 years. Now I'm back in elementary, 6th grade, my true love. I really enjoy teaching 6th grade for different reasons. It's a great curriculum and I love the students. So that's a bit about my teaching background. As far as my educational background is concerned, I graduated from the University of California at San Diego with a bachelor's degree in political science and another one in Latin American studies. And then I also have a master's degree in curriculum and instruction. My personal life. I do have a daughter that attends DIA. She will be entering 2nd grade. Being a parent at DIA, I understand the rigor, I understand the importance of having your child at DIA, so I don't take that lightly, and I hope that you find that we can work together so that your student can succeed. Aside from that, I really enjoy traveling with my husband and my daughter. I know that this summer was a bit different. We mostly stayed home, but we love traveling and we love Disneyland. So I can't wait to go back to Disneyland at some point. Moving on. So where are you going to find all of the information that your student needs to be successful? I have built a Bitmoji virtual classroom from a PowerPoint. And so basically what you'll have to do is download the PowerPoint, and as long as you have the internet, you'll be able to navigate through any of the tabs I have for you. So when you see this, you'll find a parent portal, a student portal, and you'll find all the information that you need. On the left-hand side of the slide, you will find QR codes so that you can find this information as well. I'll try to put it everywhere I possibly can so that it is no secret to you as to how to navigate the virtual world. Here are 2 visuals of what you will find in the Bitmoji classroom. On the left-hand side is what you'll see in the parent portal, and on the right-hand side is the student portal. So for parents, I will have links to Class Dojo, Parent Queue, how-tos for your student. So if they're stuck in trying to log into something, I'll have how they can get unstuck, I guess. And for the student portal, I've made it easy for your student to just find the site that they need. So all they have to do is get into the student portal control room and click on one of the icons so that they can get into the website that they need. Our schedules. These are our current schedules as of right now. You will see that there are 2 different ones, and there's even a third. So on Monday and Thursdays, students will follow the schedule on the left. On Tuesdays and Fridays, they will follow the schedule on the right. The difference is PE. PE, students are required to take it as a course, and they have a separate instructor. So their teacher for PE will be Mr. Bird. Aside from that, you will see in these tentative schedules that we will be meeting with our students from 9 to 10:30. And within that time frame, we'll start with English language arts and then transition into math. The rest of the day will be dedicated to independent work or group work or meeting with myself. So it just depends on the week and it depends on the day. We, as a team, the 6th grade team, we'll let parents know as soon as we have our weekly planner. We'll definitely be communicating that to you. Navigating the platforms we use for virtual learning. So as I mentioned before, there's going to be a PowerPoint that I will be sending to you, and hopefully you'll be downloading so that you can have all the tabs that you need to access everything that we do. But aside from that, in one of those tabs, there's a how-to. So it is a document that shows your student how to log into each program. And I also have visuals for your students so that they're not completely lost. During the first week of school, it'll be a getting to know you kind of week. And aside from that, we will also be looking at all these platforms so that your student feels comfortable navigating the web and knowing exactly what the expectation is. But I just wanted to show you a visual of what you will find inside that Bitmoji classroom. The curriculum. We will be following the California State Board of Education content standards. If you would like to have a copy of those standards, please log into cde.ca.gov, and you can find those there. We will also be implementing the IB methodology and pedagogy. We have created a couple units that we will be implementing throughout the year. For our IB units, since we cannot be in the classroom and I cannot display on the walls what students will be doing, I have created a Wakelet so that you can access it from home and you can see the great work that our students will be doing. Aside from that, we will be using the following texts that the district requires at the middle school level. So Discovery Education will be one of our texts, and we will use that for math and science. We will also use Study Sync, which will be for English Language Arts, and TCI for Social Sciences. When you receive your textbooks, you'll be receiving the consumables for Study Sync. We will expect students to interact with the readings. So what that means is they will be annotating straight into the text. So they'll be highlighting, they'll be writing on the side margins, and we just really want to get deep into that text. So that's why students will be receiving those consumables, and we'll be using those throughout the year. So please ensure that there's a place where they can secure them, leave them somewhere safe so that when we go back to school, they can bring them back to school to be utilized. Materials needed. We are requesting that students have a 5-subject spiral notebook with them so that they can take notes as we navigate through this academic school year. It will be really important that they take notes by hand so that they can come back to their notes when they're doing an assessment or they're having an essay that they need to write. I know that they can take notes online, but we would prefer that they use a 5-subject spiral notebook. Aside from that, we have requested that students have a whiteboard, a little one, so that they can show us their answers to math, or if we're playing a game in teams. If you do not have a whiteboard, please utilize a sheet protector and put a white sheet into the sheet protector, and your student can use that as well. And additional supplies include index cards, pens, pencils, and Post-its. And the number one thing is for your student to always have their computer fully charged and ready to go. Supplemental curriculum and resources. So during the day when your student is not working with us on Teams, then your student will be assigned certain tasks. These are some of the programs that we will be using to better help your student. Each of these programs has been selected because students can work at their own pace, and basically they will structure the learning environment based off of your students' needs. So No Red Ink is for our grammar component. The Khan Academy is to review math concepts. Flipgrade is to support students with their speaking and presentation. And Lexia is a reading program that embeds comprehension, grammar, and all sorts of ELA concepts. The grades. Your student will receive grades that are at the middle school, high school level. So no longer will your student be receiving a 1 through a 4. They will be receiving a letter grade from A to F. So on the left-hand side, you will find a simple version of what grades mean. If you're an A+, that means you are advanced, proficient, you know the material, and your student has done everything they possibly can to turn in their work in a timely manner. But if they're at an F, that would mean that the parent teacher and student would need to have a conversation as to what to do to make that grade a bit better and for your student to be successful. Please remember that grades can be viewed anytime through Q. So I highly recommend that you get familiar with Q so that you know where your student stands and what kind of help they might need. On the right-hand side are the marks that Q has provided for teachers or for parents through FUSD. So it's a more specific breakdown of the grades, of the total points. And then on the lower right-hand side, you will find my Monopoly board. So in our virtual classroom, this Monopoly board will become visual. And basically, it's a visual board to show students where they are in their AR points. This year, my goal is for my class to win the AR challenges every week, as last year I wasn't as successful. So I'm really pushing for students to read. It's very important that they read, not only for exposure to the rest of the world, but because reading means that they can write and writing means that they can read. So reading is essential. Every month I will expect students to obtain at least 20 AR points, and that will go into their English language arts grade. When you receive your report card, you will find each subject divided by period. So period 1 will be language arts, period 2 will be social sciences, etc. So that's how your grades will change from 5th to 6th grade. You can even see that when entering teams, your student will not have just one classroom to be able to go into. You will have 6 little separate icons because the system is thinking that you're in middle school. But just keep in mind that I will grade you per subject, and it will be an A through F grade. Expectations. The expectations will be the same as the school expectations through PBIS. We will be respectful, responsible, and safe. So I have this in our virtual platform, so you could read it a little later, but really what it is that we want to be respectful and be digital citizens when we are online as a class or in a group or individually. What I would ideally like for students to do is designate an area in their home, if possible, where you can minimize the sounds or the noise in the background and really have your student engaged in whatever task I have put before your student. The don'ts, that would mean walking around when class has started, not being engaged in class, playing a video game on the side. So please read through the expectations so that your student is well aware of what is expected of them when they are virtually online. As far as the parents are concerned, please be cognizant that class is in session, and I always enjoy parents in the background, but please minimize the noise. Rewards and incentives, the best slide. I do like to reward my students when they're doing a phenomenal job. So we will have virtual parties once a month, and I will have more information to come. But as of right now, if your student obtains a 20 points or more for their AR reading, they will be invited to the virtual party. In this virtual party, we'll just have a lot of fun. So more to come on this, and I'm super excited to change it up a little bit and party online. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be your student's teacher. And I know that this year, while it's not ideal, it's going to be great. We're going to have a successful year, and I hope to see your students in person soon. Bye.